Recently we reached 1,000 subscribers, and many of you have asked me to fix various gear, so I'm making a new series to go with the Roblox gear reviews, where I'll explain how I would fix certain things in Roblox. For the first Roblox repair, I'll be suggesting how to fix the Skeleton King's sword, which I've reviewed previously. The Skeleton King's sword, while powerful and fun to use, seems to have 4 noticeable issues. The secondary sword is not created for each user, your cursor changes to the reloading target symbol when you unequip the tool, the crit and sever chances are both 50% instead of what they're meant to be, and the tool is not fully compatible with R15 users. To fix the first issue, we need to go into the sword's bone script. In the function onUnequipped, we need to set the left blade variable to nothing, and destroy the object it references if there is one. This is because whenever the tool is equipped, it will create an invisible sword in its user's left hand if the left blade variable represents nothing. The variable is then used to reference the invisible sword, but there is nothing to reset the variable for new users when the tool is dropped. Now, whenever the tool is unequipped, the variable will be reset, meaning the tool will create a new secondary sword each time it's equipped. In the function spin like the wind, which is responsible for the tool's spin attack, the if statements responsible for making the secondary sword turn visible and invisible again can be slightly modified to remove the potential for errors. They should check first to make sure the secondary sword exists, and we can get rid of the lines which would affect the transparency of the primary sword. The first issue should now be fixed. When your character drops the sword and resets, it can be picked up by another character who will then be able to receive their own secondary sword from it. To fix the second issue, we need to go into the sword's local GUI script, which we could name cursor script for convenience. The issue is caused by how this script changes your cursor. It creates a while loop, which repeats as long as your tool is equipped, containing 2 more while loops. Your cursor is set to the target symbol before the first of these loops, which repeats and waits as long as the tool is enabled and equipped. Your cursor is then set to the reloading target symbol before the second loop, which repeats and waits until the tool is unequipped or enabled again. Because the main while loop will not break as soon as you unequip the tool, if the tool is enabled when unequipped, your cursor will still be changed to the reloading target symbol when the first child loop stops running. To fix this, we can write an if statement around the line where it changes your cursor to the reloading target symbol, which will check to see if the tool is still equipped. The second issue should now be fixed. When you unequip the tool, whether your cursor is the target symbol or the reloading target symbol, it should return to what it was before the tool was equipped. To fix the third issue, we need to go back into the sword's bone script. In the function blow, math.random is used to check if attacks are critical and if they sever limbs. However, the chances are not accurate to what they're supposed to be. This is just because math.random with 2 arguments will pick a random integer value between the arguments given. So, when a random value is checked to be less than the crit chance of 0.22 or the sever chance of 0.20, the value will either be 0 or 1, making each effect a 1 in 2 chance every time. I would remove the argument inside of each of the math.random functions, because when math.random has 0 arguments, it will choose a random decimal value between 0 and 1. However, one more thing we can do to make crit chance accurate is replace the less than or equal to comparison symbol with the less than symbol, because while math.random with 0 arguments can return a value as low as 0, it cannot return a value of exactly 1. The third issue should now be fixed, although they're still effectively guaranteed since the sword usually hits opponents many times each swing. To fix the fourth issue, we need to do 2 things. The first is to create new animations for R15 characters. Since the gear only has animations which work for R6 characters, R15 users cannot swing the sword nor hold it outward during spin attacks. I would add folders to organize the R6 and R15 animations. Then, going back into the sword's bone script, I would remove declaring the value of the anims list variable to the function onEquipped. So when a user equips the tool, the slash animations provided can match their character type. Then, I would change the value of the spin anim variable in the function spin like the wind to equal the R6 animation if the user is R6 and the R15 animation if they are not. The second thing we need to do is allow the secondary sword to be created properly for R15 users in the function create clone blade. Finally, I would add an if statement so that if the user is R15, the C1 value of the grip for their secondary sword will be adjusted differently from how it would be if they were R6. With these changes, the Skeleton King's sword should be fixed. It creates a new secondary sword when equipped, the cursor returns to normal when the sword is unequipped, the critical damage and limb severing chances are 22 and 20%, and the gear is fully compatible with R15 avatars. If you want to test this gear, I made a place where I'll add things from Roblox repair that I'm working on, and I've included my repaired version of the Skeleton King's sword. Thank you for 1,000 plus subscribers. That is all for this repair. Bye.